All right, so I guess everybody has already heard about the Ralph Northam controversy. Ralph Northam, for those of you that don't know, was elected in 2017 governor of Virginia. And there are two reasons that he's really awakened the ire of the public in the past week. So the first reason was because of the after-birth abortion proposal that was forwarded early in the week in Virginia's House of Delegates. And I think a lot of people, even people who were pro-choice, were very disconcerted by it. I even saw it, so we can see on YouTube. You had Styx Hexenhammer, who is extremely pro-choice, about as pro-choice as you can get. Northam.
Hey everyone, it's definitely time to weigh in on Ralph Northam, the governor down there in Virginia, who has made maybe incendiary comments, got a few people upset. Essentially, he and his camp are alluding to that there's a new abortion bill in Virginia. And the allusion that was made specifically by those that support it is that this bill would be able to, I mean, it's late-term abortion is what it covers, but I mean, then there were comments made about, well, if the baby would be made, like, comfortable, and then, you know, the mother could decide whether to resuscitate or something. So I guess the idea is, late-term you would induce labor, and then, despite the fact that the now delivered infant is viable, is actually outside, living, has brain function and so forth, that for various reasons the mother could decide to simply allow it to die. And by the way, how do you make you know, that particular being comfortable? What, are you going to give it like pop? Probably. Oh wait, I don't think medical marijuana is legal down there yet, so sorry, it's opiates. I wonder why. I oppose this, and this is not the hill that pro-choicers should be dying on.
So essentially, he has alienated people, or Northam has alienated people who, even if they're independent and very liberal, even if they're Democrats and very liberal, I think the majority of people would agree that killing an infant after birth does not constitute a woman's right to choose. By the way, my body, my choice ends once the thing is out of your body. The human being is now out of your body. It's not your choice anymore now that it has been born. Now, capping off a horrible week for Governor Northam is the latest controversy, and you've probably heard about it from a number of people besides me, but I figured I would opine on it as well. Apparently, there was a yearbook photo from ABC Channel 8 in Richmond. so the NAACP is even responding to it, and they're saying the Virginia State chapter of the NAACP held a press conference Saturday discussing Governor Ralph Northam's yearbook photo scandal. This message was simple. The NAACP isn't asking Governor Northam to resign, but demanding he do so. They say this is the second race-related incident involving the Virginia governor in the last few months. Racism, blackface has no place at any times, said Virginia State chapter of the NAACP president, Reverend Kevin Chandler. After the photo surfaced on Governor Northam's 1984 medical school yearbook, he called Reverend Chandler to apologize. 3 months after he dressed as a former Virginia governor and known slave owner. That apology is little bit watered because we were reminded the governor himself, again, making a phone call to apologize, it should say. Maybe the writer got it wrong. But after Governor Northam released a video apologizing for what he calls a clearly racist photo, he came out Saturday saying it wasn't actually him. It does not matter, because if it was not him, I would never apologize for something that I did not do. Now the Virginia State chapter of the NAACP is demanding his resignation. This article, by the way, is horribly written. It must be an indication that, you know, TV stations don't hire the best writers for their web page. And with the governor announcing he isn't planning to resign, the organization refuses to put back down. We're going to continue to fight, said Reverend Chandler. We're going to continue to advocate, and most of all, we're going to continue until he makes a statement that he resigns as governor of Virginia. Reverend Chandler also said Governor Northam is not the only one in the wrong, but that Eastern Virginia Medical School is equally responsible for allowing this picture to be published in a yearbook. So here is the press conference where Northam responded to this.
Conference Saturday afternoon at the governor's mansion in Richmond. He says he is not pictured in the photo, despite earlier comments apologizing. He asked for the opportunity to earn the forgiveness of his constituents.
I am not and will not excuse the content of the photo. It was offensive, racist, and despicable. When my staff showed me the photo in question yesterday, I was seeing it for the first time. I did not purchase the EVMS yearbook, and I was unaware of what was on my page. When I was confronted with the images yesterday, I was appalled that they appeared on my page, but I believe then and now that I am not either of the people in that photo. I stand by my statement of apology to the many Virginians who were hurt by seeing this content on a yearbook page that belongs to me. It is disgusting. It is offensive. It is racist. And it was my responsibility to recognize and prevent it from being published in the first place.
Earlier, I spoke with CBS News political correspondent Ed O'Keefe about the governor's remarks and asked him if Northam can survive this.
Just about everybody who's anybody in Virginia politics and in national Democratic politics has weighed in on this, and they've said, get out. So if he needs another round of that to tell him to go, then perhaps that'll be it. A plea for patience is notable, but in this sort of faster-paced age, especially when it comes to partisan politics, I think it'd be really tricky for him in the next few days, unless he can move quickly to try to dispute and prove that that wasn't him in the yearbook. But as he alluded to, as others here in the room alluded to, that can take a little while.
So, given the statement made by that bug-eyed weirdo, yes, I think we're really at a point where the presumption of innocence has been so butchered by the media and by activists that what should Governor Northam expect now? So let's take, I'm not going to spend too much time on this video. I'm kind of responding to it just because it sounds like kind of a funny story. But in the past month, we've had kids who were at a pro-life rally in Washington. They were basically defamed because they were wearing MAGA hats. You also had the Jussie Smollett controversy, which was a bunch of complete nonsense. I haven't seen any evidence that this guy was assaulted or anything. And to be honest, if it's discovered that he lied about the assault, I think that he should have a police, the police should file charges against him for filing a false report. So those two stories of recent memory show that we have really a problem with using race in order to propel false stories into the public eye. You also had the BuzzFeed story with Trump, which it's basically been the same thing for the past 2 years. So now we have somebody, he's claiming, if we examine it, that first of all, he's not one of the two people that were in that crazy photo, which let's see if we can find it. Over here, you see him, you see him over here. He's a Navy vet, and you see this photo that was on his yearbook page. So he was either dressed in this blackface outfit or as a Klansperson, or he wasn't dressed in it at all, but for some reason they put it on his page, which begs the question. Let's say it wasn't him in that photo. First of all, why was the photo on his page? Second of all, if this photo was taken the year that he graduated from that medical school at some sort of party, then was he not aware of the party going on? Did he not attend the party? Why would they, for some odd reason, place a photo like that onto his yearbook page, unless it was some sort of prank that was waged against him? In which case, why would it take so long for this to come out? And that's another thing. For all you people, you Republican people who are going to try to take advantage of this, where were you 2 years ago? Where were you 2 years ago? The Republican Party is impotent. You need people who will stand up and take the fight to the fake people in the Democratic Party. And that's why I think that in reality, I think people have to let go of the racism issues are going on, and really focus on the issues that are plaguing the U.S. You know, we're still talking about intervention in the Middle East. We're still talking about intervention in South America. So we're going to see white, black, Mexican, Dominican, Jewish, Russian American people going down there and having their lives risked in the name of what? In the name of U.S. commercial interests. No, this is not a socialism issue. This is an issue of the common people of the U.S. ignoring the problem of American overreach around the world. You also have issues at home, such as the runaway size of government, pension problems. You know, you have these pensions that are basically falling apart in states like, in fact, in my state, in Ohio, we have a lot of pension debt that's going to come mature pretty soon. So no, I think that this controversy could have been avoided if America had been willing to believe in the presumption of innocence in the recent past, and in general. People could have really started to focus on things that are more important, but they won't. And we're going to keep seeing crap like this crop up. We're going to see Republicans accused of stuff like this. We're going to see people like Northam, who was called a Republican apparently at the beginning of this controversy. So I really think that we ought to finally say, look, if you were in blackface back in the past, maybe maybe you should just admit before people catch you that your opinion has changed, okay? Or you should stand up for freedom of speech. Those are two kind of it's either one or the other. Either you believe in freedom of speech, or you say your opinion's changed, or you say, well, you know what? I really do think this about people that don't look like me. Okay, those are all those choices are on the table if we live in a free society, which I think increasingly we're not. So that's about it. If you enjoyed this story, there's a lot of other people who have made great videos about this, including Amazing Lucas. And Anthony Logan also made a pretty good video about it. And Anthony actually shared this photo of the suspects in the Jussie Smollett assault. But that's about it for me. I don't want this to be too long of a video, so please like it. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my second channel, Razor Ray Special Cuts, also known as in the past Razor Ray Live Wounds, as well as on BitChute and Cocoscope and all of the social media on this page. And have a great night.